Hi, this is Toby from LITH-TECH Mobility. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about real XL chairs. So these are known as bariatric chairs, XL chairs, wider seat chairs. There are so many chairs coming up on the market which are basically missold to customers. I've been going through our competitors' websites recently, and what they're basically doing, they see like chairs like the Titan coming out or the new Freedom chair. These are the only two chairs on the whole UK market that legitimately take over 28 stone in weight. There are so many people now saying, oh, our chair takes 250, 200. They don't. I know the frames, they're 120 kg maximum weight frames, and then all they do is they put some slightly stronger forks on. Anything that's past 140 kg in user weight must have a double U-bar. If you see a chair with just a single U-bar, like most do, for example, that's a double U-bar. Anyway, is that a single? That's a double. Anyway, if you see a chair with a single U-bar, oh yeah, so our multi-chair, perfect example. This is our entry-level chair. That's a single, what's called a single U-bar. It means it can take less weight. At LITH-TECH, we don't lie about our specs like every other competitor seems to do on the market. So this chair legitimately takes 120 kg. Let's actually talk about this chair because there's a company, an entry-level wheelchair provider based in Birmingham, only been around for about 1 year and 3/4, seem to think they're the absolute nuts, but then really not, they're a bunch of cowboys. But anyway, they're now using this frame with a different set of forks, and then all they're doing is they're adding, so remember this is a 120 kg frame, they're adding 1 bar across here, and they're claiming that this chair takes 200 kg. They're also claiming that the motors they use are 350 watt brushless motors. No, they're not. They don't even do those motors in 350 watt. They're 250 watt motors. They lie about every single one of their specs. They call their chairs the best chairs in the world. And I'm just saying, avoid them because they are dodgy as anything, and what you're getting is not what you think you're getting. A lot of the chairs they call brushless motors are actually brushed. Anyway, they're about as credible as something that's very uncredible. And also another company in Essex, which I've come across, they're claiming that their chair takes 250 kg. We had a customer that just bought one of their chairs, who's now just bought one of our Titans, and they basically said they had the chair for a few weeks and literally the whole of the back end wheels bowed out to the side. So these wheels and motors bowed out to the side. Yet again, they're saying that's a 250 kg max user weight. That frame is 140 kg max user weight frame, just with some different forks. They actually put forks like these on. These are 120 kg max user weight front forks, and the company in Birmingham that uses that frame of the multi-chair like I showed you earlier, they're using that frame with these forks and calling it 200 kg. How can it take 200 kg when these are 120 kg max user weight forks? Look at the difference between these forks and these forks. This is a legitimate 250 to 300 kg max user weight chair. Can you not see the difference? One of these forks weighs about twice, if not more, of one of these. It's far bulkier, it's far more heavy duty. You need a far bigger tyre, and you need far more compressed suspension because of the weight going through it. I'm getting almost sick of these entry-level chairs trying to copy people like us or Freedom Chair, who are actually legitimate, good wheelchair providers, and saying that these chairs can do 20 miles in range, or they've got, when they do about 5, or they've got 300 watt motors when they've got 250. Like, honestly, really look into these companies, really look at their specs and actually say, does this actually look feasible? Does that compare remotely to something like this when you look at the spec? You're going to need a heavier chair. Something that takes 250 kg weight has got to be at least 40 kg plus, because it's not going to take it. So it's no wonder that these chairs are snapping under even 28 stone user weight frame. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to draw attention, because there are so many people trying to come up and make it in this industry, and the way they seem to feel like they can do it, rather than offering good products, good service, and constant, and good aftercare, things like that, like the good things that really matter, they're doing it by lying their way through. And it's not really fair. Yes, we're displaying models and we're displaying chairs to the older and more vulnerable market. So they're just going to believe what you say. I mean, trading standards at this point really should be stepping in on a few of these companies, because you can't claim a wheelchair is the best wheelchair in the world and you then sell it for 850 quid. You know, you can't say a wheelchair's got 300 watt motors when it's got 250 watt motors. You can't say a wheelchair's got brushless motors when it's got brush motors, you know. And you can't say that for people that are larger who want to get out, and they're the ones that get really frustrated because they're stuck at home. They want to find a piece of mobility that gets them out of the house. They go and buy one of these chairs and then the thing breaks them and they're stranded. And then they'll probably, I don't know what their returns policy is, but I bet a lot of these companies don't want to accept the chairs back as well. So all I'm trying to say is there has to be certain criteria once you get past different weight grades. So once you get past about 150 kg-ish, you have to have a double U-bar. Once you get past the 200 kg realm, you have to have massive, massive forks, massive everything, like proper sturdy chair. Like, you have to have, everything needs to be bigger, everything needs to be better. I mean, look at the size of these back wheels and motors. So these are legitimate 350 watt motors. Look at the size of these wheels compared to the competitor ones, which are still offering a 200 kg max load with little motors and wheels like this. How can it possibly take 200 kg? So what I'm trying to do is just educate you, do your research. At the present, the only frames that legitimately go up to about 180 kg are the SmartChair 1XL and a couple of others using that same frame. And then from there, it's the only two that will go past 28 stone is the LITH-TECH Titan and the Freedom Chair. The Freedom Chair RRP is at 5 grand, this RRP is at 3,750. And it's far better spec. It's got better motors, it's got better wheels, it's got 15 AH batteries both sides, and it's got much better components, and it's lighter as well. So I just want to say, like, I'm just getting a bit sick of all of these people that are getting mugged off and being taken advantage of. So do your homework, because in the end of the day, it's your money, which is your hard-earned money, and it's going to waste because you're buying it from people that really don't understand how wheelchairs should be built, probably getting it from the back alley wheelchair shops in China that don't even understand what components should go together to make a reliable and safe chair. And they're flogging them for stupid prices to customers that don't know any better. And it really, really flipping winds me up, as you can tell. So stick with the companies that are tried and tested, that have the right gift, the right people. Stop going to these entry-level models, entry-level model companies that all they care about is the money. Rant over. Don't even need to go to LITH-TECH. Go to other. There are about 3 or 4 good reputable companies in the UK. Other than that, they're all entry-level model and pants. So find the 4 reputable companies in the UK and use one of them and avoid all the rest. Right. See you in the next video. But yeah, just had to say that because it's winding me up something chronic at the moment. All right, take care.